Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 18th of April, 2015. The essence is, sweet children, this Brahmin clan of yours is unique. Only you Brahmins are knowledgeful. You now know about Gyan, that is knowledge, Vigyan, that is beyond knowledge or yoga, and Agyan, that is ignorance. The question is, what easy effort should you children make in order for your hearts to move away from everything else? What easy effort should you children make in order for your hearts to move away from everything else? The answer is, simply engage yourself in spiritual business. The more spiritual service you do, the more your hearts will automatically move away from everything else, and you will become busy making effort to claim the kingdom. However, as well as this spiritual service, you also have to look after your creation that you have created. The song for today's Murli is, the rain of knowledge is for those who are with the beloved. जो पिया के साथ है, उसके लिए बरसात है. Om Shanti. It is the Father who is called the beloved. He is called the Piya. You children are now sitting in front of the Father. You children know that you are not sitting in front of a sannyasi or a sage. That Father is the ocean of knowledge. It is through knowledge that there is salvation. People speak of Gyan, Vigyan, and Agyan. Vigyan means to become soul-conscious and to stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance. Gyan is the knowledge of how the world cycle continues to turn. People do not know the real meaning of Gyan, Vigyan, or Agyan at all. You are now the confluence-aged Brahmins. The Brahmin clan of yours is unique. No one knows it. It doesn't say in the scriptures that Brahmins exist at the confluence age. They know that Prajapita Brahma existed in the past, which is why he is also called Adidev, the first deity. Who then is Adi Devi Jagadamba, the world mother? No one in the world knows this. She must definitely be a mouth-born creation of Brahma. Jagadamba is not Brahma's wife. She is adopted. You children are also adopted. Brahmins cannot be called deities. There is a temple to Brahma here. He too is a human being. Saraswati is with Brahma. Then there are also temples to the goddesses. All of them are human beings at this time. They have created a temple to only one. Since there is Prajapita, the father of the people, there must be many people. They are now being created. The clan of Prajapita Brahma is now increasing. You children are adopted. The unlimited Father has now adopted you. Brahma too is a child of the unlimited Father. He too receives his inheritance from that one. You are grandsons and granddaughters who receive your inheritance from that one. No one has this knowledge because only the one Father is the ocean of knowledge. Until that Father comes, no one can attain salvation. You have now left devotion and come into knowledge in order to attain salvation. The golden age is called salvation, and the iron age is called degradation because it is the kingdom of Ravan. Salvation is the kingdom of Ram. It is also called the Sun dynasty. The accurate names are the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty. You children know that you first belonged to the Sun dynasty clan and that you took 84 births. This knowledge cannot be in any of the scriptures because the scriptures belong to the path of devotion. All of that is to be destroyed. Those people will take the sanskars that they have and start creating those things there. You are being filled with the sanskars of ruling. You will rule there, and they, the scientists, will use the skills they have in that kingdom. They will definitely go into the sun and moon dynasties. They simply have the knowledge of science, and they will take the sanskars of that. Those are also sanskars. They are also making effort. They have that knowledge. You do not have any other knowledge. You are claiming the kingdom from the Father. Those in business too still have those sanskars. There is so much conflict. However, until you reach the stage of retirement, you have to take care of your household. Otherwise, who else would look after your children? They cannot come and stay here. You are told that when you become busy in this business, you can then be freed from everything else. However, together with this business, you also have to look after your creation. Yes, the hearts of those who become very busy in doing spiritual service then move away from other things. They will think, the more time I give to the spiritual service, the better it is. The Father has come to show you the way to change from impure to pure. Therefore you children should do this service. Each one's accounts are looked at. The unlimited Father simply gives directions for you to change from impure to pure. He only shows the way to become pure, but this one's business is to look after everything else and give advice, etc. Shiv Baba says, don't ask me for advice about your business, etc. You called out to me to come and purify you, and I am doing that through this one. He too is your Father, and you have to follow his directions. That one's directions are spiritual, and this one's are physical. This one also has so much responsibility. He also continues to say, Baba's directions are to remember him constantly, follow the Father's directions. However, if you children want to ask about how to carry on in your work, physical Baba can explain such things to you very well. He is experienced and can tell you everything about the way he does things. You have to learn by watching him. He will continue to teach you because he is ahead of everyone. All the storms first come to him. This is why he is the most powerful of all, and why he therefore claims the highest status. Maya too is powerful and battles with you. This one instantly renounced everything. That was his part. Baba made him do that. That one is Karan Karavanhar, is he not? He renounced everything in happiness. He had a vision that he was to become the master of the world. Therefore, what would he do with those things, only worth a few pennies? He was also given a vision of destruction, through which he understood that this old world was to be destroyed. He understood that he was going to receive a kingdom once again, and so he instantly renounced all of that business. I now have to follow the Father's directions. The Father says, remember me. According to the drama, this bhatti had to be created. People didn't understand why all of you came running. This one is not a sage or a holy man. He's a simple person. He didn't abduct anyone. There are no divine activities of Krishna. The praise doesn't belong to a human being. The praise only belongs to the one Father. That's all. Only the Father comes and grants everyone happiness. It is He who speaks to you. Whom have you come to? Your intellects go up there and also here because you know that Shiv Baba is the resident of that place. He has now entered this one's body. We receive our inheritance of heaven from the Father. Heaven will definitely come after the Iron Age. Krishna too receives his inheritance from the Father and goes and rules there. There is no question of divine activities in that. It's just like a prince being born to a king. He studies at school and then receives the throne when he grows up. There is no question of praise or divine activity in that. Only the one Father is the highest on high. The praise also belongs to him alone. This one gives his introduction. If I, Brahma, were to say that I am saying this, people would think that I am referring to myself. Only you children understand that no human being can be called God. Only the incorporeal one is God. He lives in the supreme abode. Your intellects go up above and come down here. Baba comes from the faraway land into this foreign land. He teaches us and then returns home. He himself says, I come in a second. It doesn't take long. Souls to leave their bodies and enter others in a second. No one can see this. Souls are very fast. Liberation in life in a second is remembered. The kingdom of Ravan is called the land of bondage, where there is a life of bondage. When a son is born, he receives his father's inheritance. You have recognized the Father and are becoming the masters of the world. However, you receive a status, number-wise, according to the efforts you make. The Father continues to explain very clearly, there are two Fathers, the one of this world and the one from beyond this world. People sing, everyone remembers God at the time of sorrow, but no one remembers Him at the time of happiness. You people of Bharat know that when you lived in happiness, you didn't remember Him. Whilst taking your 84 births, alloy was mixed into your souls and your degrees reduced. From being 16 celestial degrees completely pure, you lost 2 degrees. Because Ram passed with fewer marks, he has been portrayed with a bow and arrow. However, he didn't break a bow. They have just shown a symbol. All of those aspects belong to the path of devotion. People wander around so much in devotion. You have now received knowledge, therefore your wandering has ended. To say, "O Shiv Baba," means to call out. You mustn't say such words. You must remember the Father. If you cry out, it means you have a trace of devotion. To say, "O God," is also a devotional habit. Baba hasn't told you to remember Him by saying, "O God." He says, become introverted and remember me. You must not continue to chant. The word chanting also belongs to the path of devotion. You have received the Father's introduction. Now follow the Father's Srimad. Remember the Father in the same way that a physical child remembers his physical father. He himself is body conscious, and he remembers his bodily father. The Father from beyond is soul conscious. Even when he enters this one, he doesn't become body conscious. He says, I take this body on loan. I have taken this body on loan in order to give you knowledge. I am the ocean of knowledge. But how can I give you knowledge? You enter a womb. I do not enter a womb. My ways and means are unique. No one knows that the Father enters this one. It is said, establishment through Brahma. But how is establishment carried out? Through Brahma. Would he give inspiration? The Father says, I enter an ordinary body and name him Brahma because he renounces everything. You children know that the rosary of Brahmins cannot be created at this time because they, the Brahmins, continue to break. When you Brahmins are finally ready, the rosary of Rudra is created. Then you go into the rosary of Vishnu. In order to go into that rosary, you need the pilgrimage of remembrance. It is now in your intellects that you were at first Satopradhan, and that you then went through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. You understand the meaning of hum so hum. The meaning of Om is different from that. Om means I, the soul. That soul then says, I was a deity who became a warrior, etc. However, those people, the sannyasis, then say, I, the soul, am the Supreme Soul. The meaning of Om and Hamso are completely different. I am a soul, and this soul goes through the different clans. I, the soul, become a deity, a warrior, etc. It isn't that a soul is the Supreme Soul. It is because they don't have the full knowledge that they have confused the meanings. They say, I am the Brahm element. That too is wrong. The Father says, I do not become the master of creation. You are the masters of this creation. You become the masters of the world. Brahm is just the element of light. You souls become the masters of this creation. The Father now sits here and gives you the accurate meaning of the Vedas and the scriptures. Now continue to study. The Father continues to explain new things to you. What does devotion say, and what does knowledge say? On the path of devotion, you built temples, did penance and tapasya, and wasted your money. Many looted your temples. That too was part of the drama. You will receive everything back from them. Just look how much they are giving you now. Day by day, they continue to increase the amount, and you, Bharat, continue to take it. They will return exactly what they took. They cannot digest the wealth they took from you. The land of Bharat is imperishable. It is the Father's birthplace. The Father only comes here. They take it from the Father's land. Therefore, they have to return it. Just look how you are being given back this time, at the time of need. You know about these things. They do not know when destruction will take place. The government doesn't believe these things either. This is fixed in the drama. They continue to incur debt. Everything is now being returned. You know that they took a lot of wealth from your kingdom, and that they are now returning it. You do not have to be concerned about that. Just have the one concern about remembering the Father. Only by having this remembrance will your sins be absolved. Knowledge is very easy. Now, it all depends on how much effort each one of you makes. You will continue to receive Srimad. You have to take directions from the eternal surgeon in every respect. Acha, to the sweetest beloved long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. The first point is, whatever time you have, use that time for spiritual business. Imbibe the sanskars of doing spiritual business. Do the service of purifying the impure. The second point is, become introverted and remember the Father. Do not use the term, "Oh God." Just as the Father has no ego, you too have to become egoless. The blessing is, may you be a world benefactor who gives the whole world the water of light through your seed stage. May you be a world benefactor, a Vishwa Kalyankari, who gives the whole world the water of light through your seed stage, through your Bij Roop. The explanation is, the seed stage is the most powerful stage. This stage works like a lighthouse. By having this stage, you become instruments to spread light in the whole world. just as the whole tree automatically receives water from the seed, similarly, when you remain stable in the seed stage, the world receives the water of light. However, in order to spread your light into the whole world, you need to have the powerful stage of a world benefactor. For this, become a lighthouse, not a bulb. Have the awareness that you have to benefit the whole world in your every thought. The slogan is, "The power to adjust will enable you to pass with honors at delicate times." The power to adjust will enable you to pass with honors at delicate times. Om Shanti.